Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Formula 1 2020 My Team Prix, this time for the Italian Grand Prix, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here we go around Monza over here, a lap around Monza. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Going into the first corner, really where you lose or gain a lot of time, as you see if they're going out of it. Get a better exit than the lap before and actually gain just under 2/10 over there. Literally, sometimes I've lost nearly half a second and then I gained that half a second back by getting a better line through there and getting a better exit. Literally, it's so easy to mess up that first corner because you're going in so fast, like literally about like 320 kilometers an hour, maybe more. Depends if you've got DRS or not and how much what fuel mix you're on and everything. But we get a first sector. Well, we've got a purple first sector and the second one. A bit messy through there, but we are still 4/10 up. We didn't get the best exit out of there, so we're actually losing some time over there. But still 4/10. I was already about 4/10 up on Hamilton on the previous lap, and this is going to be, is it going to be 3 purple sectors? I know it's a green last sector, but still it's enough for the pole position, which is nice. Maybe not on Monza, but I guess we are going to see how well it does. Us in P1, Hamilton in P2, Bottas in P3, and Gasly in P4. So I guess the only thing to do is to get into the race.
It's time for the Italian Grand Prix once again, here at the beloved and iconic Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. With the lowest downforce and drag of any circuit in the season, expect to see drivers making the most of the slipstream effect here today. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6 mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Anthony, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Red lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Gasly, Charles Leclerc, and Giovinazzi, Stroll, Ricciardo, Perez, and Esteban Ocon, Grosjean, Sainz, Max Verstappen, and Vettel, Norris, Kvyat. They've taken a grid penalty. George Russell and Alexander Albon, De Vries, King, Magnussen, and Nicholas Latifi. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So here we are getting ready for lights out. Of course, being in P1 is probably the best down the run to the first corner. The first corner isn't too far away though, so it's not as bad as Spa maybe, but that's kind of like a run towards turn 3 or something. As we get a really decent launch over there. And Leclerc actually passes Gasly, but then Gasly passes Leclerc, and then they flip positions again. So they're actually fighting so hard that I'm already 1.8 seconds away from them. Already a second away from Bottas, already half a second from Hamilton. We really got a really good launch off the line over there, which is good. Now actually remember to turn on like turn off the pit assist and all of that, so I'm actually going to have to like turn on the pit limiter whilst going in, so I'm going to have to brake on my own not to kind of get a penalty, and then I'm going to have to put the clutch down and kind of get ready to get going and then turn off the pit limiter, which is going to be interesting to see because I've never done that before, so we're going to see if I lose any time to that, but yeah, it's going to be quite fun to see. On lap 4, Hamilton kind of catching up to me. I had quite a bad lap, but as you see over there, the gap to Bottas is already 2.5, the gap to Gasly and Leclerc is over 6 seconds, so we're absolutely flying in this Grand Prix today, as Hamilton does overtake me into the Parabolica. Now I actually did have quite a lot of problems over there. I think it's because my car is a lot heavier than the Mercedes. I haven't had any of the upgrades to like a full weight reduction yet. I think I've only had like one upgrade in that kind of like category, I guess, but not anymore. So we're definitely gonna have to work on that, because it is definitely well, making us a lot slower in like kind of like medium to high speed corners, I guess. As on this lap we are going to box, but first we're gonna need to get past Hamilton again. So let's see, absolutely send it down. I'm not really sure why, but the AI don't really brake like a lot later when they're fighting. It's like they always brake in the same place or something. It's kind of weird, I guess. But on to lap 6, well, the end of lap 6. I am going to have to box over here, so let's see if I get a penalty or not. Oh no, okay, we turn it on a bit late. Well, a bit early, not late. Could have been a little bit better. I went down to 60 kilometers an hour, I think. But of course the pit limit over here is 80, but I didn't get a penalty, so that's good. Over there, accelerate away. And now over here, it's kind of the most important part. Well, not really, kind of the least important, but you really want to turn it off as soon as possible, like the pit limiter, to get going as fast as possible. Now, before I went into the box, I actually said that I was going to come out around P13, but yeah, this definitely doesn't look like P13. Actually, we had to wait to, well, for a lot of AIs to actually box for me able to go up to P13, and Hamilton's over here, and we absolutely sent it around the outside of Hamilton. We were literally about 100 or maybe even 200 meters away from him when he left the box, but of course, him on cold tyres just didn't have the grip that I had around the first corner. On lap 8 over here, oh, still lap 8 I'm pretty sure, Hamilton does actually overtake me over there, but now I do have DRS. Of course I'm going to use overtake. I really want to get ahead of him to fight for the win for as long as possible. There you go, send it down, brake as late as possible. As going on to lap 9, loads of people pitted along with Gasly over there, but I'm not really sure why the AI do this. I think it's because the like 25% race distance is kind of like bugged or like not really well designed. They go on to like, well, when they box like later on, they actually box onto hard tyres, so Gasly is on hard tyres along with Bottas, who's going to be stopping in a couple laps time. As we get past Russell over there, so he's going to slow down Hamilton for the next kind of like 2 corners over here, which is good for us. So yeah, as you can see, Perez as well, going on to hard tyres. Now they literally box like 4 laps after us, so you'd think they could literally go on mediums and easily get past on the mediums. Sorry for coughing over there, but yeah, easily get past on mediums. Literally you could do that on like on softs, but of course you can't go into the same compound. But yes, I'm not really sure why the AI do that. It wouldn't really make sense if it was like a 50% race or something, because they would still, or you'd want to get onto hard tyres maybe earlier. I'm not too sure. But as we go on to lap 11 over there, Hamilton passes us again. I'm going behind him, but I nearly lost the car. I kind of went over too fast. As Hamilton pushes us out, but I brake literally. Like if I broke like a meter or 2 later, I would have just gone onto like, well, I would have gone off track and lost the position to Hamilton. Luckily I don't. Now going on to lap 12, the second to last lap, Hamilton is going to overtake me again, just about. Of course, he has DRS, but my ERS is really good over here, and I've really got loads of drag reduction updates, and that that move was so good that I actually pressed the right button and changed the camera view, which was something. Now on to lap 13, same place, same thing, sending it down the inside literally as late as possible, and I just need to keep ahead of him for the lap to be able to stay ahead. And I'll talk about kind of like upgrades and stuff. The next one I'm actually saving up to, I need like another 200 or 300 like points towards it, is going to be the ultimate drag reduction setter, or drag reduction upgrade for the car, which is literally going to push me about like well, above Mercedes by quite a long while. Definitely going to make us quite a lot better in the corners. But there you go, across the line in P1.
They made great use of the clear air today then, and didn't allow anyone to exploit the slipstream behind them. What a great win here at Monza. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all. So, let's review the driver's standings.
So there you go, we do get the win and the fastest lap, so 26 points in the bag. Gonna keep me ahead as Gasly finishes down in P5. Still good points for us and for the constructors battle, as Hamilton finishes second and Bottas third. 32 points ahead of Hamilton, definitely going to help us with 2 rounds to go in Mexico and in Brazil for the season finale. Hopefully we win. We were really close last season, so hopefully this is the season where we win. In the constructors, 7 points ahead of Mercedes. I keep saying Hamilton. But yeah, hopefully we are going to win that as well. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.